Brett Bengoche here, and I'm coming to you from my apartment in Aranguez, Trinidad. Today, I just wanted to rant a little bit about training versus diet. And I've been training people for a little over a year right now, and it's something that really has hit home. It's something that you knew, that you always know from before, but it's something that kind of really struck home just based on my experience of training individuals. 9 out of 10 clients will come to me and say, Brett, I want to lose weight. Every so often, you get this guy who comes and says, I want to put on some muscle. I find my upper body real big, but my legs, it just doesn't match. And now these clients are really fun with. And these clients you really have to spend a little extra time with in the gym to really blunt force trauma, give them some heavy weights on that leg muscle or whatever muscle that's lagging and really force hypertrophy. Um, but for most people, they don't want to grow, they just want to lose weight so they look better in clothes. And what that requires is really, number one, a good diet. You can't out-train a bad diet. So let's look at diet. And it's simple. If it is you have, and it's all about energy systems, all about energy. If it is you have an organism or a human being or any animal and it consumes more energy than it uses, well, then the excess energy is going to be stored, and that human, that person, is going to get bigger. If it is you consume exactly the same amount of energy that you use on a daily basis, you're going to stay the same size, mass. If it is you consume less energy than you use during the day, you're going to get smaller. And it's as simple as that. Now, it gets a little more complicated when you look at, well, how much energy is the organism utilizing during the day. So for instance, let's say you drop the energy intake drastically. Energy is calories. For those of you, if it is you haven't caught on as yet, energy is calories. Calories are units of energy. So if it is you reduce the amount of calories, let's say you're taking X amount, and then you suddenly start to take half the amount of calories that you were consuming, you're not going to continue to utilize the same amount of energy. Your body's going to adapt to the drastic cut, and you're going to hurt your metabolism, which is how your body is processing the energy and burning it out. So what you need to do is slowly reduce the amount of energy you're consuming over time, just to kind of minimize metabolic damage. Also, to kind of ride on the wave, like let's say if it is you have 95% of the calories that you ate last week and you're seeing favorable results. 1 week passes, you lose a little bit of weight. 2 weeks pass, you lose a little bit of weight. 3 weeks pass, you lose a little bit of weight. You want to kind of ride that wave out as long as possible. Basically, you want to eat as much food and do as little work to get the most amount of results. You want to try to do this efficiently. So if it is with training and you say, okay, let's bring this person in and let's forget diet, let's train, and I come up with the most scientific mesocycle to get this guy the optimum amount of results, and we really start to push and research and like what's the best way to jack up the metabolism and the best training method for fat loss, and we come up with the number one super program. And we have this individual come to the gym 6 days a week, 7 days a week, and he's doing everything T, but he's eating a lot of shit. You're not going to lose weight. You're not going to get slimmer. You might elicit some sort of hypertrophy. You're going to get a lot stronger in the process. But the reason you started is to lose weight. So diet wins out. Now, it's not intuitive because a lot of guys you see looking good spend a lot of time in the gym. When I started training people, I said, well, listen, I'm going to be here from X time to this time, and you can come as many times a day as you want to. You can come every day for the week. Once I'm in the gym, I'm going to work with you, and we're going to train, and we're going to train, and we're going to train, and we're going to train. A girlfriend thought I was crazy. I guess she was right. You see, this worked for me. That when I started competing, and I was pretty successful once I started, I spent a lot of time in the gym. Now, what happened was that you spend a lot of time in the gym and you just want to totally maximize on the training you're doing, and you get so motivated by results that you say, well, okay, well, if it is I hit a plateau, what else can I do? What else can I do? Well, maybe if it is I eat a little more protein, or okay, well, you know what? Let's try some more carbs and play with this thing, and let's try to get more sleep. And you know what? Let me have 2 liters of water a day and see how my body reacts to that, and then you start to do all these different things, and you're very motivated to do it, which is why when somebody offers an athlete like a slice of cake or something, and they say no, I don't really want it, they really don't really want it. I mean, they're more hungry for the results than that piece of cake or that cookie or whatever it is. And it comes down to that, so that the training would motivate. So as an athlete myself, I looked at it that way, and I said, well, listen, if it is I can make everybody fall in love with training, they're going to eat right. And I tell them, and I give them the right tools, they're going to eat right. Now, this doesn't happen all the time. You get people in their training and they get really strong, and you kind of get them somewhat, okay, well, maybe I should have more protein in my diet, and little things start to work. But that's where the real benefit comes from. If you're just looking to lose weight, you can have a pretty mediocre training program and hit your macros really on point and lose the weight. It comes down to energy. It comes down to energy and how much energy you're consuming, how much energy you're burning during the day. Now, weightlifting is a catalyst to changes in diet. So if it is you've made some dietary adjustments, and you go and you specifically hypertrophy training, and you go and you break down your muscle and you force your body to have to rebuild that muscle, this is a very energy expensive process for your body to go through. So you're going to use a lot more energy, and you're going to create a deficit. That being said, it's all about the energy deficit if you're losing weight. So you can have you can train more and eat more, or you can train less and eat less and create a deficit and benefit from the deficit. It's about how it is you want to go about it. So that being said, so now that we kind of like said, okay, well, listen, what's the most important is what you eat. Well, then what do you eat? And we're going to have to continue to go a little bit deeper into macros. And if it is I'm sounding too sciencey, please leave a comment and say, Brett, please break this down, because I'm not trying to be sciencey. I want to get people, I want to help people accomplish what it is they've been asking me. And it's not a science class. This is just, I'm here to help you, and let's give you some practical tidbits that we can use. Energy is measured in calories, of which there are 4. You have fats, proteins, carbs, and alcohol. For the purpose of the discussion today, we're going to just bunch carbs and alcohol together. Probably I can do a video later down about alcohol. So we're looking at 3: fats, proteins, and carbs. And these are your macronutrients. So that when it is you eat food, you consume food is made up of nutrients, and there are macronutrients and micronutrients. So your micronutrients are like your minerals and your vitamins, your calcium, your vitamin C, da 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 da. I'm not really concerned about that. I mean, that's for your health, but we're not talking about health. We're talking about losing weight. When it comes to weight loss, you have to look at your calorie intake, your energy intake, which are from those three. So, like, if it is you look at a gram of fat is 9 calories, a gram of carbohydrates is 4 calories, a gram of protein is 4 calories, and your body utilizes, metabolizes these three different macronutrients differently. So, like, let's say you can look at a 150-pound individual, 250-pound individuals. One is looking pretty lean, has a certain degree of muscle hardness, and the other one is skinny fat. Both same height. And you wonder, well, what's the difference in these two? This one looks better than this one, but they both weigh the same. The difference is in the body composition, in that the leaner individual has more muscle, less fat. The fatter individual has more fat, less muscle than the other one. So if it is you consume, and it's not rocket science, if it is you consume a lot of fat, so like let's say of the three macronutrients, if it is the majority of your diet, of your, let's for instance say that both of these individuals are consuming 2,000 calories a day. Let's say for the majority of your 2,000 calories is fat, you're going to end up looking like the fat individual, because the skinny fat individual, because you're consuming all the fat and your body is taking fat and is storing fat. The fat that your body doesn't utilize, it's just going to keep it as fat. It's difficult, it's near impossible, if not impossible, for your body to convert the fat to muscle. Fat does not convert to muscle. That is a myth, that is a fallacy. If it is you consume protein are the building blocks of muscle. So the individual that is consuming the 2,000 calories and has more protein in the diet is a higher likelihood that the body is going to convert that protein into muscle. So he's going to look more muscular. And well, carbs play either way. Carbs are the most ready, and alcohol. Carbs are the most ready energy source. You consume it. If it is your muscles need energy, it's going to store it as glycogen. If it is you're active, your body's going to use up the carbs. If it is your body doesn't utilize the carb, there's no reason for your body to use the carbs, then it's going to store it as fat. So carbs can go either way. For your body to build muscle, you need carbs. You need the insulin release that carbs provide for your body to build muscle, and you need the carbohydrates themselves, and the muscles need carbs as well. So carbs are not bad for you. I mean, it's just that you need to have the right amount of carbs in your diet. So you need the right amount of protein, the right amount of carbs, and well, you don't want to just go like on zero fats. Your certain organs, you utilize fat, and you're gonna throw off your hormones a little bit if you just have no fat. But you just want to have as little bit of fat as possible, just enough for your body to use, and you don't store it as fat. You want to have enough protein that your body is going to utilize the protein to build muscle, and you want to have enough carbs for your body to be able to run during the day. If it is you an active individual, you're on your feet whole day, you're lifting weights in the gym, or you're playing football, or you're doing that, you're going to use more carbohydrates than somebody who's sitting down in the office typing away all day. So that's basically how it is. So you want to have foods that hit your macronutrient targets, and that's all macros comes down to. You just want to have foods that hit your macronutrient targets. That will give you the desired physique that you want. The training pretty much stays the same. When it is, and one of the reasons why last year I won junior nationals, sports world, and seniors, and I didn't do any cardio, is just kind of like watch your diet. I didn't train any differently than when it is I was trying to put on muscle. I just adjusted the way I was eating, and maybe I did a little bit more volume at the training. So I would train instead of once a day, I would go to the gym, and then if lunchtime I had some free time, I'd go to the gym, and then I'll have a nice long gym session in the afternoon. So you like 2 3 times a day you go in, so you get the added volume, but the actual training style that might didn't change. What I ate changed a lot. Every single week, my macronutrients changed based upon how my body was responding. And as a side note, for those of you trying to lose weight, it is very important to increase your protein. Very important to increase your protein. Coming into a competition, I will always eat more protein than off season. And off season, I'm trying to gain muscle. Because your body goes into a sort of, like, let's say I'm starving my body. I've reduced the calories. Yes, I'm reducing it a little slower. You're trying to maintain it, but you're still going to lose fat and muscle. A little bit, yeah, you lose a little bit of muscle. Your metabolism gets a little bit hurt. But you wanna not lose muscle. You kind of wanna safeguard the muscle that you got. So coming into a competition, you're not really building any set of new muscle. I mean, unless it is your own gear or something. But you're not really building any new muscle. You're just trying to safeguard what you have. Probably get something to pop a little bit more. But that's not real muscle hypertrophy. You just wanna So you increase the amount of protein you have in your diet. Like if it is you look at everybody who runs like some serious distances and still looks lean, and his protein targets are way higher than mine, because I mean the kind of distance that you're running is very catabolic on your system. So you need to flood your system with your branched chain amino acids and protein and whatnot, just to kind of safeguard the muscle mass that you have. If it is you're in a caloric excess, like you're not trying to lose weight, you want enough muscle to build, you want enough protein, sorry, to build muscle. And you want the extra carbs, you want the extra energy to push you into that caloric surplus. And you want to hold back on the fats. Because the fats in this instance, you're in a caloric surplus, you want to keep your fats as low as possible, because I mean, you're in a surplus, you eat fat, you're probably just going to store it as fat. Well, I can go on and on and on whole day. Let's save something for my next episode. If it is there was something that you find I didn't touch on, you would like me to touch on, or you were not too clear about, leave me a comment below. I'll try and get back to it. And it's my first vlog, so subscribe. Hopefully I help you guys reach your fitness goals, and peace out. Boom.